Greetings and salutations, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing fine. Can't complain too much. Um, haven't been doing too much in recording videos this past week. Um, yeah, things beyond my control, and I won't bore you with the details. But anyway, uh, going to be instead of a regular album ranking, I'm going to just do a song ranking. And if you haven't already guessed, that album, songs off of certain albums, is going to be, of course, Deep Purple, Perfect Strangers, one of my favorite albums from the band. Um, this is the very first Deep Purple album I ever bought. In fact, this is it right here. The very first Deep Purple album I bought, and it only cost me $7.99. Of course, it's got this right here, who's on it, the Mark II lineup, of course. Of course, you got the hit songs off it, Perfect Strangers and Knocking at Your Back Door. Of course, there's the guys in the band on the back. Roger Glover, Richie Blackmore, Ian Gillan, John Lord, and Ian Pace. Uh, Too bad these guys aren't all still together. Of course, John Lord, God rest his soul, passed away. Uh, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the Mark II or Mark One for that reasoning. Of course, now, as of this past September, the band consists of Ian Pace, Roger Glover, Ian Gillan, Don Airy, and Simon McBride. Uh, excuse me. Steve Morris, of course, he originally left to go on hiatus so he could care for his wife who's battling cancer. I hope she makes it through cancer. I've lost a number of friends to the big C, and it's bad. I mean, I hope and pray that she pulls through for it. You know, Steve's a great guy, great guitar player. He's a perfect fit for Deep Purple. Um, but as of September, he went on hiatus, or not hiatus. He is left the band permanently. You know, of course, who knows? You know, down the road he may come back, but you know, I give the guy a ton of thumbs up. All the love, you know, in the world for him and his wife. You know, he's a great guy. You know, not very many people would give up a career like this very often. You know, but hey, once a loved one, you know, you got to do it. I know there's probably people out there that say, why did he have to leave? Well, if you have to ask that question, then you've never experienced what he's going through, him and his wife going through. So anyway, uh, shall we get on with this? uh, Here's something I didn't know until I looked at this. Of course, I might have mentioned this in the past. I don't know. I can't remember if I did or not. But Christopher Cross played guitar in one show with Deep Purple in 1970. I did not know that. And a guy named Randy California played one show in 72. So, of course, there's been a number of touring or people who toured with them. Here's an interesting one. Nick Fife Interesting. FYFFE played bass in some shows in 2011. So, and Jordan Reyes played guitar. Guitars. Guitars. You know the guitars? Keyboards. Or one show in 2020. So, interesting. But we're here to talk about, if I can find it here, Perfect Strangers. Where is it here? Get out. Okay. Yeah, Perfect Stranger, released on October 29th, 1984. I remember when I first heard Perfect Strangers, I mean, I was that opening the keyboards. I mean, just do, you know what? I mean, it grabbed my attention immediately. So, you know, after a few more listens, I had to go out and get this album. I just had to have it, and I went and got it. I have since got the CD, and this one has 2 additional songs on it. The original version had only 8. This one's got 10. And we're going to be ranking the 10 off the CD. So anyway, let's get into this. Players of this, of course, are Ian Gillan, Ritchie Blackmore, John Lord, Roger Glover, and Ian Pace. The Mark II. 10 songs. We're going to start out with number 10 and work up to number 1. Now, just because it's my number 10 doesn't mean I loathe it. It just means that I don't like it as much as the others. I recently ranked, I believe, Def Leppard's Pyromania. Or was it Def Leppard Pyromania? What? God, now I forget. No, Kansas, Point of No Return. I'm sorry. I ranked the albums of Def Leppard. I did Point of No Return. Now, I know some of the comments saying that this is a perfect album. There's no bad songs on it. And I will agree with that. There are no bad songs on Point of No Return. It's just, there are those songs I listen to least or less than others. So that's how this works. So we're going to start out with number 10. And number 10 is one of the bonus tracks called Son of Alric. Basically an instrumental by Ritchie Blackmore. Let's see if it says anything about it here. It doesn't. But, I mean, it's an okay song. But I tend to skip over it. You know, well, with it being at the end, I don't always listen through. So that's my number 10. Number 9 is the other bonus track, Not Responsible. I tend to see why if these were originally recorded for Perfect Strangers, I can see why they didn't include them. They're good songs, but they're not right up to the caliber of the other songs in this album. So that's my 10 and 9. Son of Alric and Not Responsible. Number 8. Number 8 is Wasted Sunsets. Again, not a bad song. I mean, there's no terrible songs on this album. It's just one I don't really enjoy 100%. But it's still a good song. Kind of calm and got a little mystery in it. Ian's vocals just add the mystery to the song. You know, it's It's good. It's just not one I listen to that much. 7. I believe it's winter, and I still got bugs buzzing around me. They come in the house and hibernate in the wintertime, I guess. Number 7, Mean Streak. Great song. Got a mean streak, Black Mamba. Again, just not one I get overly excited about, but I still like it. Number 6, Nobody's Home. Now, nobody's home. The children are baking their cakes at home. I know that's not in the song, but I just had to add that in there. Good song. Fantastic. Number 5, Hungry Days. I just love the guitar work and the keyboards on that one. It's just, love it. Number 4. We're the top 5 at 5, by the way. I forgot to say that. Top 5 at 5. And it's almost 5, by the way. Under the Gun. Under the Gun. Doom, doom. Fantastic. Number 3, Gypsy's Kiss. Just hard driving, rock and roll right in your face. Now my number 2. Now, if you're a Deep Purple fan, you know what they are, but you don't know what's number 1, what's number 2. Should I keep it a mystery? And next weekend I'll reveal. Next Monday I'll reveal the mystery. No, I won't do that. Number 2. Now, either one of these could change. I love them both. But number 2, this one I was going to put number 1, but my number 1 is just a tad bit better. Knocking at Your Back Door. Great opening for this album. Love it to death. But my number 1, Perfect Strangers. Like I said, that's the very first song this is not the first Purple song I ever heard. Smoke on the Water is the very first one I can recall hearing, followed by, I can't think. Highway Star. Duh. One of my all-time favorite songs. But Perfect Strangers got me into Perfect Purple. Got me into Perfect Purple. And they are perfect. Whatever incarnation. But I just, from that opening keyboards, dun, 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 I never get sick of that song. I can listen to it all day. That opening keyboard track just gives me chills every single time. So, anyway, there you have it. Deep Purple, Perfect Strangers, ranked. Songs on the album ranked. Number 1, Perfect Strangers. 2, Knocking at Your Back Door. 3, A Gypsy's Kiss. 4, Under the Gun. 5, Hungry Days. 6, Nobody's Home. 7, Mean Streak. 8, Wasted Sunsets. 9, Not Responsible. And 10, Son of Arlick. If you've never heard this album, go out and check it out, man. If you've never heard Purple, check out all their discography. I mean, it's just fantastic. I mean, I did a ranking not too long ago. Can't remember how I ranked it, but of course, Perfect Stranger is right at the top, if not number 1. I can't remember if I put it number 1 or not. But this album is just fantastic. It was a great comeback for Deep Purple, especially the Mark II lineup. Of course, unfortunately, this Mark II would only be around for 3 albums more. They'd be this and House of Blue Light. Richie would, let's see, Ian Gillan would leave for one album, then come back for The Battle Rages On, and that would be it. Richie would say, "No, I've had enough," and leave. He's been asked a number of times, would he ever consider coming back, and the response has said basically no. Him and Ian cannot coexist in the same band. I've heard the reasoning. They can't agree on things. I don't know for sure. It's just too bad. But it is what it is. Of course, unfortunately, we'll never get a reunion of the Mark II era because John Lord is no longer with us. But you know, will Richie ever come back? I tend to say no, but with life, music, you know, you never know. You can't really say 100% sure that's what's going to happen because anything can happen. One day they're arguing, the next day they're back together. So, well, I'll add a little thing on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Judas Priest getting in, fantastic. It's about damn time. I'm glad I saw the performance, with KK and now I can't remember the drummer's name. It's right there. I can't think of it. Les Binks. Duh. Les Binks. Seeing those two in the band, playing just fantastic. Of course, then naturally you got all the people speculating. Wouldn't it be fantastic if Les stayed in the band? They had 2 drummers. And KK comes back, and they have 3 guitarists. If KK came back, KK came back, would Andy Sneap need to stay in the band? I'm glad Andy's playing guitar with them. I'm glad they didn't go with a 4-piece like they were threatening to do back in, I think, what was it, springtime? But, would they need three guitarists? That'd be great. That'd be fantastic to have 3 guitarists and 2 drummers. But would it happen? Well, first of all, KK coming back, I will say right now, no. He's doing his own thing. He's loving doing his own thing with Tim Owens. I don't see him having any reason to come back right now. But it still could happen. I would love to see it happen. But we'll see. Well, anything's possible. I mean, we could get a nice early Christmas gift. So, Dolly Parton being inducted. My views, I've made my views known before. This past spring, when they announced who was going to be, who was in the running. With all due respect to Dolly, and she has stated this too, that she does not belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Of course, she came out and said, "Well, now that I'm in there, maybe I'll have to do a rock and roll album." So that'd be interesting that she did that. Uh, Duran Duran, not a big fan. I did get drawn in to their music for a while, but it just came and went. Um, who else was in there? I can't remember who else, but Lawless Priest got in. That's all I'm interested in. So I'm so glad they did. It was about, like I said, it's about damn time. They've been left out way too long. They're, you got all these bands out there, these popular bands, just because they have their low and high points over the years, doesn't mean they don't belong in there. Blah, 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 blah. I'll get it out. It just blows my mind. Like Deep Purple, it took years, and the reasoning was, well, they were just a one-hit wonder, and that one hit was basically somebody else's song. Really? Just because Smoke on the Water and Highway Star and Perfect Strangers wasn't an astronomical 100% hit doesn't mean they don't belong there. They've been putting out records. They're still putting out records. In fact, they're getting ready to put out their 23rd, I believe. Let's see how. Way down to the bottom here. Yeah. Let's see. In June, Gillan announced the band's plan to work on their 23rd album at the conclusion of the Whoosh tour. Yeah, I like Whoosh. Whoosh is a great album. Of course, Infinity. I love that. I think that's the previous album, wasn't it? Yeah, Infinity. Turn into Crime. I've heard that. It's okay. I'm not one for a covers album done by a band. Maybe a cover here or there thrown in for flavor, but as long as they're well done. So, but anyway, there it is. Deep Purple, Perfect Strangers. The song's ranked. I'll leave your own ranking down below. Let me know your feelings on Deep Purple. Let me know your feelings on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'd love to hear it. Also, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give a thumbs up. Everything helps my channel out. It helps everybody's channel out. Subscribe, please. Even if you don't watch my channel that much, just subscribing helps things out. It doesn't cost you a bit of change, just a bit of time, So anyway, have a good week, everybody, and hopefully we'll see you later on this week. We'll have to see how things go. Hopefully we have a good Thanksgiving here in the United States, and to all my viewers from around the world, have a wonderful time and a wonderful life, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.